So DJI sent me their new Mini 3 drone recently. This thing is tiny, it's ridiculous. And it kind of got me thinking about how much drones and even cameras have progressed in the last decade, especially the last 5 years. Camera equipment has become so compact and portable and even somewhat affordable in the last couple years that you can have a pretty impressive film setup that fits into a tiny little backpack that's super lightweight that you can pretty much take anywhere. So with that in mind, I figured I'd make a little challenge for myself to go out and try and create a video with, you know, somewhat entry-level gear. You know, the Mini 3 is an entry-level drone from DJI, and, you know, probably use an action camera in my phone as well and see what we can create. I'll probably film 90% of the thing on the Mini 3, but, you know, figured it'd be a pretty fun challenge. Document the whole behind the scenes as well, the thought process. So I'm gonna play the whole compilation first, and then afterwards we'll cut to the behind the scenes of how we filmed the whole project. So let's send it. Early starts this morning, but we're gonna get a really epic establishing shot of one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, Table Mountain. The concept is to have the drone flying backwards, pan down from the sky, because we can do that with the Mini, pan down again, and we'll create a transition out of that. I don't know to what shot yet, but panning up and down is a great way to make transitions with drones. So let's get to it. Success. Got some really cool shots with Table Mountain in the background. Very successful start to the day. On to the next location. That's it. Woo. I'm more impressed with this drone than I thought I would be, because it's not really a drone I would have considered buying, because it is, you know, a bit more entry level, and the type of drones I'd usually use on production are, you know, something more like the Air 2S or even the Mavic 3, but I am very impressed with it so far. Okay, come to the outskirts of Cape Town to this really picturesque beach. There's a little somewhat secret cave just around the corner here that I'm gonna set the drone up and absolutely yeet it through. I'm gonna try and make a transition out of this. The idea is to have the drone actually looking up at the roof of the cave and then have it pan down to this view over here. And so we'll line up another shot before this one, and then it'll transition to coming out of the cave. Somehow we'll make something out of it.
Oh my god, did you see? That was nuts.
Flight success, got a 6 shot. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'm very impressed by the way this drone can keep its position when, you know, it's covered by rock and there's not much signal. So yeah, pretty much as soon as it was like almost halfway out the crave, the GPS kicks back in and then it's like super smooth. Got to take advantage of this light, so on to the next shot. This little walkthrough is pretty sick. At the beach. Whoa. Hey, just made it down to the beach. The shot I want to get right now is a pretty tricky one, but the idea is to have Dylan surfing and doing an air with that mountain range in the backdrop. Very difficult filming surfing because you're at the hands of Mother Nature. So you need the waves to line up, you need the wind to be right, the light to be right, and the surfer to be in the right position. So there's so many elements that you're not in control of. So if we make this happen, it's going to probably be the hardest shot to get in the whole video, but it's also going to be one of the sickest shots in the video. Definitely going to put in slow motion because we're shooting action sports. So it's going to be a little bit of a compromise on quality, but I'm feeling optimistic, so let's get it. I know, do the warm-up. Papa do. Because, yes, okay. So for the next scene in the video, I've come out to a tidal pool with Larissa. And I want to create a little transition using a bit of frame matching. So basically we're going to get Larissa to jump in the tidal pool and then we're going to frame match it with a swimming pool. So basically Larissa diving will be the point of reference and everything around her would change. When executed, it'll be really effective. So literally gonna get the drone up, hover it right above her, then we'll move over to the house and do the exact same thing. Pretty straightforward. Oh, this shot's definitely inspired by homie Trav Springer. I saw him do it on one of his videos. So thanks Trav for the inspiration. I'm stealing this one from you. We've just done a pretty treacherous hike out to this little dam on the outskirts of Cape Town. And the plan, it's going to be a little bit harder than I thought, but basically the plan is to take out the Mini and fly it along the dam wall while everybody jumps into the water, and ideally the drone would be going under everybody while they're in the air. And the cool thing about the Mini is that the gimbal can tilt up, so I can fly really low and close to the water and hopefully get the shot I have in mind. Hopefully the angle is wide enough, but it's probably going to be the trickiest, no, I wouldn't say this is the hardest shot, this is probably the sketchiest shot in the whole video. But if we get it, it's going to be worth it. Earlier when we were hiking up to the dam, I got a shot with the Mini directly above everyone jumping off the dam wall, and the drone kind of moves into the really dark water. So with that shot, I can create a transition, and the idea is to have the camera pan up from the road to everyone skating here. And because the road's really dark, I think I can blend that with the water and make a pretty seamless transition from the water to the tar to everyone skating with this backdrop. So that's what we're going to attempt to do right now. All right, so for this next scene, I've come out and there's some pretty crazy clouds right now, and I'm hoping the sunset's going to pop. I think it's like maybe a 40% chance, but because there's so many clouds around, I'm going to try create like a hyperlapse. I don't know if the Mini 3 has a hyperlapse feature built into it, so I might just have to do it manually, but luckily there's minimal wind right now, so I'm feeling somewhat optimistic, and with all these clouds around, if I pull it off, it's going to look really epic. So way to the next shoot. I'm gonna go film some e-foiling now, but a quick thing I want to show you guys is that I can charge the mini batteries on the go in this little battery charger, but I'm using a power bank to do that. So obviously a lot of, bigger camera products, bigger drones, you can't do that on the go. This is, it's quite a weapon of a power bank. I can even charge my laptop with this thing. It's from a company called OmniCharge, I believe. But the fact that I can charge drone batteries on the go with a power bank is pretty insane. So just another point for having a smaller, more compact entry-level drone, I guess. Yeah, nice one, DJI. Right, come out to shoot with eFoil Cape Town. I wanted to get a couple foiling shots in the video. I think it'd be really epic, especially with the drone. It is a little bit breezy, so it's going to be a real test to see how the Mini 3 handles it. I think that's kind of, the one downside of a smaller drone is it's not going to be able to handle the wind as much. But I think this will be manageable. It'll be a good test. And yeah, we're going to get this thing up in the air, and I'm going to follow and chase everybody around on the eFoils. So this isn't really a review video, but I will give my 2 cents on the new Mini 3 from DJI. I think it is a great entry-level drone. If you're a first-time drone buyer, I would definitely recommend this unless you live in the windy city. Personally, if you have the money, I would spend a little bit more and get the Mini 3 Pro just because it has sensors and it's got a few other features in it that make it a lot easier to fly. But this drone is really incredible, especially for its price point. And if you want to shoot a lot of action sports and high-speed things, you want slow motion, maybe get something like the Mavic 3 or the Air 2S, but they do cost a lot more. Yeah, it's the Mini 3.
That's really cool.
Super nice. Oh, and if you shoot a lot of content for social media like TikTok, and you want to be able to shoot in portrait, it's a great drone to get. So I think that pretty much wraps up this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to check out more about the Mini 3 from DJI, I'll have all the links below. And I will see you guys next week.